All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm really excited about today's conversation because we're diving into something that affects all of us: financial security, purpose-driven work, and building a life that aligns with both of those. Whether you're curious about becoming a licensed agent, want to learn how tools like IUL and life insurance can offer more control over your future, or if you're just looking for inspiration to level up in your career, you're in the right place. Joining me today is someone who truly walks the talk. Immaculate Fusinje is the founder and CEO of IB Financial Freedom Solutions. It's a premier consulting firm that focuses on empowering individuals and businesses through financial planning and strategic consulting. As a licensed financial professional with deep experience, she's passionate about lifting up communities through financial literacy and helping people make smarter long-term decisions for their future. So, Immaculate, I'm really honored to have you here today, and thank you for making the time. I've got a few questions that we've received throughout the different sessions that we've had here, of people who are very curious about the line of work that you do and the different policies that are offered. And I think they will bring out some powerful insights about money, about purpose, and what this career path can unlock for them and for people in general. So just to start out with the questions, as a financial professional, how does a career as a life insurance agent offer both financial growth and the opportunity to make a meaningful impact on your clients' lives?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Collins. That is actually a very great question. And thank you for your kind introduction. And thank you for everyone who are here tonight and all those who see actually the recording we're recording tonight. Being in the career that we're in is really more than a job. Your question is a really good one. How does it offer to me, or how does it offer to our clients? Really, to me, I feel like there are two major benefits on that. There's a financial reward that comes with it, and that sense of purpose. Feeling like that I'm not just doing a job. It's not being in these financial services, mostly in life insurance services. It's not just a job. It is a job on my side because I get rewarded with financial, earnings. I get good earnings out of it. I'm able to earn good earnings without a limit because I'm not working for anyone. I work for myself. I can set whichever amount I can make depending on how much time I'm willing to put in. Plus, when I put in, maybe I have some clients I'm working for, it is not just one-time payment I get. That is why I usually tell my people, when you work for a job, it is just like you're working 9 to 5. Whatever you work that day, that is all you take out. But with this kind of actual business, we have on, it is my own business. I can work, give clients some policies. After 1 year, I get renewal income. Remember, it was just one job. I did it like one job. It could have been one job for someone who is working for a company. But for me, I have that residual, continuous, I keep getting income, even from the previous clients. Plus, it gives me the flexibility to do what I want. I'm not bound by the employer to tell me when I have to come to work, how many hours I have to work, and how I have to do the job. Because I'm my own boss. That is the beauty of that. The beauty of this industry is it gives you that freedom to your time, freedom to your family, freedom to your finances. Because again, nobody controls you. I can work hard, don't get me wrong. I really put in extra time. because I'm building my portfolio. This is my business because I can decide, hey, let me put in more work. In 5 or 10 years, I can retire comfortably because I have built my wealth. My portfolio is going to be making money for me. So that is what we usually call it. We use the system to work for us. We don't work for the system, but we make sure that the system actually works for us to give us like what we need. That question of yours has two really major good rewards. That reward was for the financial reward, the good income, the flexibility, the continuation of income, although I earned it from the beginning. Then comes the sense of purpose. What does this job give me? It's not like I go to work for Apple, I put in 8 hours and go back to sleep. I forget what I did yesterday. When I meet a client, when I meet a family, I feel like I'm touching their lives. I'm helping them actually build their financial security. That is something, it's not tangible, like I'm taking money out, but I feel good. I feel like this family that I actually helped to set up their financial planning, it is something I feel like I've changed someone's future, someone's wife, someone's children. If something was to happen to that father or mother, the family is going to be safe. So I feel good about that. Also, feeling that building those lasting relationships. When I meet my clients, have become my family. Really, the previous jobs I left, I don't even really mind about, other than maybe having that on my, that I worked here. But do you think they remember me? They don't. With these jobs out here, really, all they need is you sell your time to get their money. When you're gone, you're replaced. With me, my clients become like my family. I care for them the same way I care for my own family. So that is something really you can't put on a price to. You feel like you're making a big difference, a real difference in the world. You're putting a mark. You feel like I'm educating people. Maybe someone is learning something they didn't know. So that is not just a job. It is touching people in real life. You're making a difference, you're educating. So that is something I feel like it is not the same. Maybe I can share something a little bit about when it comes to the job, that actually being self-employed compared to working for a job, really, I usually look at it in a way, imagine you're an employee and I am where I am sitting on my end. I'm an entrepreneur. That is exactly what I was trying to explain. When you're an employee like that young lady on the left, and then an entrepreneur on the right, she's sitting on the beach, enjoying her life, enjoying herself, but making money. This young lady, I don't think she's actually even allowed to use her phone. She cannot. She clocks in that coffee shop. Literally, when she gets there, she doesn't have a life. That time she's going to be in that cafe, whether it's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., that is it. Her life is owned by the employer. That is what they're saying. You lent your time, you lent your life. You're renting your life to someone for them to be able to give you the money, which is what you want. Compared on the right, on the entrepreneur, I own my life because look at that young lady. She's sitting on the beach. She's making money. Nobody telling her you don't come late or you didn't do this right. The coffee is not perfectly done because she owns her own life, which is what I love about my own career that I chose. The second part on the young lady in the cafe, her income is restricted as well as her lifestyle. Imagine if she had maybe a family's function or a wedding. On the day of work, she may request to take off. They'll be like, oh no, you can't take off today. So her life is not actually her own. The income is restricted, your lifestyle is restricted. Whereas myself, who is an entrepreneur, my income is not limited and my life is free. So nobody is binding me to do anything. And then on the employee side, the more you work, you helping the boss, your employer, actually you building their own dreams. What is your dream there? The time you renting, you know, they always say time lost never returns. You lending your time to someone to build their own portfolio, their own dreams. But what is there for you? Possibly the little money this young lady is getting, it is spent, it's not even there. But you know, when you're an entrepreneur, the more you work, the harder you work, the more time you put, you actually building your own dreams. You're building your own portfolio for yourself, for your children and children. So it is building actual legacy for yourself and your family. That is why I choose this side again, Mr. Collins. It is a feeling that I own myself. Nobody owns me. You know, this young lady, because she works so hard, she's paid a possible minimum wage. She works so hard, but she leaves that job frustrated because why am I working so hard, but I'm not even able to pay my bills? On the other hand, as an entrepreneur, you go into your business for yourself, you know, and you put your all, knowing that all you're putting in is going to pay off in the future. Because guess what? Again, you're building your own portfolio. You're not working for anyone. It doesn't matter whether you work 18 hours, 8 hours, 2 hours, 20 hours. I don't regret that. I never get frustrated for doing this because I know there is a time that I'll actually relax knowing that, oh, my time is going to pay off and I'll be able to actually live the life I want. And then this is where I was talking about the flexibility. You have to you have the opportunity to balance your work and life, you know? If I don't have enough, like in the we are in a little with inflation going on right now, with the recession, with everything like costing more than like a double it used to be. How do you actually balance that? If you're an employee like that young lady we're looking at, the only option you have is to get a second job because, you know, the homes are going up, the food is going up. But unfortunately, the pay from the employer is not going up. So how do you balance that? The only option you have is to pick a second job if you're working for someone else, you know? But if
Yeah.
you work for yourself, you really don't have to do that. You know, you get a second job, you overworked, you're micromanaged, you know, there is nothing other than that mega income you're getting. But when you build your own business, you know, you get paid what you're worth. Again, it is a recession, it is, you know, inflation, but guess what? You know, what you're making is not going to be determined by someone else. The only difference here is, are you really committed to work hard for yourself? Are you putting enough time? I always tell my business partners, the people I work with, I'm like, if every business owner, mostly in this industry, if we could take this job of ours, the same way we take the 9 to 5 jobs, what? It wouldn't even take us 5 years to retire. But people tend now to feel like, oh, this is my job, then you sleep in. No. Entrepreneurs, being an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you're supposed to be lazy. You're supposed to take your time. No, take it as your job, but a job that actually nobody is controlling you, and make a good, actually good out of it, you know? And the other thing I love about it, I was talking about, you know, the second part of the sense of purpose. You know, we are on crusade in this business, on a crusade of taking living benefits to our families, to the communities, with the life insurance we offer. Actually, the index universal life, even the term we have, all the products we have, they come with what we call living benefits. So actually, we protect our clients' income. How do we do that? Imagine someone who gets sick, you know, you get to live a long time. You outlive, maybe, let me say you worked for somewhere else, they give you that little income. Do you think actually the income that is already able to pay your bills, are you going to be able to save? It is going to be hard. But if you take the product we give you, You're protecting yourself today, the Index Universal Life, you have the protection of your life and your family, and you save actually for the future, for the retirement. Tax-free income when you retire. You don't have to retire and start actually going to Walmart and those other retail stores, really begging for a job when you can't even walk. But with these products, they help you to plan for your future. You live a long life, you're protected. You get sick and can't go to work. You know, you have the living benefits we always talk about. The Index Universal Life Insurance has the two big parts: the protection and the accumulation. The protection, you're protected whether you get sick, you have a critical illness, a chronic illness, you get all your money at no extra cost, or you die too soon. Because people die. You don't have to be older. Young, old, everybody dies. But guess what? If you have that product, it is going to help your family. If you die, the life insurance benefit goes to your beneficiaries. So they don't have. So that is what I'm talking about. Being able to earn money while touching people's lives. That is what I was talking about, the living benefits I take to my clients. I sit well thinking, actually knowing that if my client was to ever be hit with a critical illness, a chronic illness, a terminal illness, they won't have to suffer. That is the fulfillment I actually get, with this kind of job that I do. That is actually something you can't get from a regular job. You go to work and you're done. 8 hours, you put it back out behind your head. You don't even want to think about it because you got your money and that's it. But this one, with my people, I know their lives, their families, their future is set. So, Mr. Collins, that is all
Yeah,
I
and
say about this.
that's really, yeah, I love that. I think that really highlights the how a career in life insurance and being a financial professional isn't just about building wealth, but also um, creating long-lasting impact on your community.
Yes.
Um, but on a practical level, we know a lot of people are feeling financially overwhelmed right now. You mentioned market swings and inflation. Right now, in today's economy, it's very uncertain. A lot of job instability, inflation, market swings. It feels like people don't really have a sense of control over their financial future right now. So, in your view, um, what makes an IUL or the career path that you've taken a smarter, more forward-thinking alternative?
Yeah, thank you so much, Corinne, once again. So actually those questions look really, they like answer each other. It's like what I went through, the career path I took again. This is the worst market we are in. The businesses are closing, meaning that when a business closes, the employees lose their jobs. That's the same thing I was
Hmm.
talking about. The more businesses lose out, actually, they close the doors, that is the unemployment actually going up. Because if the business is closed, another business is closed next door, those are people out there without jobs. Guess what?
Hmm.
Nobody's going to touch my job because nobody employs me. You know, I don't work for no one, meaning that nobody's gonna kick me out. Actually, I would say this is actually, I would call it a recession-proof job because nobody's gonna wake up and say like you no longer needed, your services are no longer needed because I don't work for anyone. So that is one thing actually I love about being a self-employed. I control my income. Yes, when the market is not good, when people are losing their jobs, yes, my business again is going to be affected, but not at the extent of losing of someone telling me I no longer need your services. So on that side, I'm safe. And remember from the beginning when I said, when I sell products, I don't earn just on one instance. Remember, Corinne, I was saying
Yes,
I have products to my
there's
people.
residual.
Yes, I have residual income. Guess what? When a recession hits in 5, 10 years, I've been doing this for over 7 years now. Guess what? I have residual income now. So when the check is now coming in, at least I have money coming in to put food on my table. So that is different from someone who is working for a company. When they tell you go, the check is done. There's nothing to come. They're not going to tell you, hey, Mr. Collins, you worked for us, you're a good employee. Now that you're not working, we'll give you 10%. You have nothing. But for me, I have the residual income. That is why with this business, I can decide to give myself a timeline. I'm going to work into this business, put my all, put my 100%, my 105, 10% in 5, 10 years, and then I'll sit back and relax and actually earn from my business. That is actually something that you can't. Then the job security, of course. My job is secure. Nobody's going to kick me out. Then there is tax advantage for a business owner. I think for everyone who, this is a tax season. Those people who actually work and get a W-2, they'll tell me how much they are being hit with taxes. I work for myself, you know. I have a tax advantage over working for someone because I have deductions. You know, even the government actually supports people working for themselves because, you know, I'm not looking for a job. So that is a percentage going down. I could actually create a job instead of being a job seeker. So that is actually something else, again, on the part of the career path I took. When it comes to the IUL, you know, the market is bad, you know. There are other investments people take, you know, people who love to invest in the market. I know you're a young guy, I'm sure you do that. People who have money in the market right now. I'm sure for those who are checking, who are constantly following the market, they know how the stocks are like really going down. But guess what? Again, as we always educate here, you know, with Index Universal Life, you will never have that actually worry of losing your money. Yes, the market is going to go down. But guess what? As we always say, the Index Universal Life, you guaranteed a flow rate. You know, they always say a zero is a hero is more than, if I can get 0.5, 0.25, whatever you get is better than someone who is getting -10, -20, depending on how bad the market is. So someone with the Index Universal Life, they have that market protection. For example, I worked for corporate for over 15 years. I had a 401k, right? That 401k I had was in the market. If it was in the market and the market goes down like it is doing now, I was likely to lose my money, lose my principal, and lose everything that I earned. But with the money I have under my accounts on IWell, I sit and I rest well, knowing that my principal is 100% protected. Even my earnings, I have the floor to protect it. So yes, actually IUL again, with the volatility in the market, that is something that can support our people. That is why we are here all the time, trying to educate our people. Don't put all your eggs in the same basket, because when that basket falls, you're going to lose everything. Diversify your options, because the market, again, you cannot trust it. And then you have that growth potential in the IUL. Even when the market is bad, 0.25, 0.50 is better than a -10. You're still earning when other people are crying. Then the liquidity with the IUL, you know, I might have my IUL product in for not even 5 years. I'm able to go in when other people are crying, they lost their job, they lost their money in the market. I'm able to take out my cash accumulation, my surrender value, and actually put food on my table, pay my mortgage, put my kids to school when other people are crying. Remember, there are some investments you will never touch until the maturity date. Again, going to the example of a 401k, if you have it there, you've had it for 10, 20 years. If you're not 59 and a half and you want to take it out, you're going to be hit with fees. But with my 401k, It is flexible. It is liquid. I can take cash out. I'm not told you have to wait until you're 65. Oh no, that is my money. So anytime I need the money, I'll go in and take it out, and then the long-term, security is what we need. We earn the money. It's hard to earn the money. No one wants to lose their money. So that is actually, I would say, that those are the main reasons. The market, the job I'm in, I'm secure. I can't lose my job. I have job security. I have control on my income. I have that tax advantage. On the IUL, there is that market protection, growth potential, liquidity and flexibility, and then long-term security, which is what we need. We need to secure our dollar. We don't want to use it, Mr. Corin. Thank you.
Amazing. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. And it's one thing to understand the mechanics of the financial tools that you can use to secure your money, use it in the stock market or in other investment vehicles. Stories kind of bring it to life for me. And so you've helped a lot of families since you started your career as a financial professional. What's one story that stuck out to you, where you walked away thinking, this is exactly why I do what I do?
Oh, Mr. Corin, there are so many stories, I won't lie. There are so many stories, like I was saying, touching people's life, feeling like this is something. Sometimes you meet a family, after educating them, you see how lived they are. You live thinking that, oh my God, I'm glad I'm here. But as I was saying, actually, in my business, I don't just do only life insurance. I do health insurance as well. This is a live, actual true story right here where I live in DFW. A young man he was driving a truck. He got into a car crash. That young man was 22 years, he's 22 years, he's still alive, thank God. He had no insurance, no health insurance, which are those products again I offer. That young man was taken into these big hospitals here. You know how they tell you here they'll treat you and bill you later? He was completely in a coma. This young man was in the hospital like 6 months. They discharged him. He could not even walk. He could not see. Because guess what? The hospital was not ready to keep taking in the bills without him having insurance. I don't know who told them about what I do with the health insurance. I gave that young man, it was 2 years ago. The moment they got a health insurance, guess what? They took the same guy in, 100% on everything he needed. He's able now. I was talking to his mother actually like a week ago. He's walking now. He's walking again. He's talking again because guess what? Our money is going to save us. This is a great nation, yes, but when you can't actually protect your family, you're going to lose out because nobody's there to look out for you. This might be a great nation, but that is why we tell ourselves, we tell our families, it doesn't matter how young you are, protect yourself because you can never know when the unknown will strike. So even since then, 2 years ago up to now, every time I'm working with the families, I feel like could be someone again like that. The mother called me like crying, like, you can't believe this young boy, this young man is walking again. He's talking again. He was left to die because he was not protected. So yes, Mr. Corin, every family I touch, I leave not just thinking about the commission I'm going to get. I feel like this is another family that I have touched, that have changed their future, their financial future, even their lives at large. Thank you for
Wow.
that great question. It is,
Wow,
it's good.
that is a powerful testimonial. On one end, somebody is on the verge of death. Nobody wants to help him. He's been fired at work. And just by, seeking your services, getting insured, they're able to transform their life and turn it around. That's amazing.
And to add
And
on that, Mr. Corin, those are the same services we always tell our people, like this health insurance, leave alone even life itself. You know, there is what they call marketplace, the Obamacare. This act was put on by Obama when he came to power. He understood that not everyone works for a company that can offer those services. They put on a fund, a big, actually, there is a lot of money that we never even actually use it. So
Tax funded.
tax funded, yes. As long as you're working, as long as you're a taxpayer, most of our people, because they know they don't make a lot, even this this young guy, he doesn't pay a penny. He gets tax credits to cover his bills. So even our people, I tell them, nobody should be walking out there without a health insurance, without a life insurance, because we insure everything else we own. That young man's truck was insured, but his life was not. So what is important? You know, your life, your truck, your car, your home, or your belongings. So we should always think about insuring our families, insuring ourselves, making sure that everything else we own is actually beneath us, because we acquire those belongings. Without us, we cannot have anything. And thank you.
I think, yeah, definitely. I think it's about educating and empowering our communities so they may know that these services exist and to seek them, because a lot of the time it's ignorance. People don't know that these services exist, and that's why I'm happy that you're in this industry and you're passionate about empowering our communities. And I know someone watching this might be thinking, I mean, that sounds great, and um, especially for somebody that is a salesperson, somebody that has had experience or is good with people, is well connected, but I'm not sure I could do it myself, you know? So what would you say in closing? This is my last question. I think we're running out of time. What would you say in closing to someone who's on the fence? Maybe they're curious about becoming an agent or signing up for an IUL, but they doubt, they're not sure if they have what it takes to succeed in this path.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll give it a few minutes when we're done here. We're not going to close. We'll open to our the audience as well to participate. But doubt, doubt is one thing that actually steals everything from us,
True,
To
true.
me, I think I'm grateful that I'm a believer of possibility,
Amen.
you know.
Okay.
I believe that if other people can do it, why not me? So if I meet someone who may be thinking like that, I doubt if I can make it. I doubt if this is for me. I have news for you, because this industry is not only for people who are in finance. With the company I work for, we have people who are doctors, who are excelling, making over $4 million a year, 4 million, 3 million, 2 million. We have doctors, we have engineers, we have nurses, we have high school dropout, mind you, high school dropouts who are making over $2 million, 2 million a year. Even doctors can't make that. So that shows you that it's about actually a commitment, because the company I work with, the Freedom Equity Group, we have the best of the best actual training, process in there. If you come in, the only thing you need to come in to bring in is yourself and willingness to learn, willingness to be coachable, to learn from people who actually made it. It's like another industry, because it doesn't matter whether you're an engineer, you're a doctor. When you go to the job, you get trained. So this is not different. So it is just, I would say, it is a change of mindset, feeling like I got what it takes. If I don't know, I can be trained. I can learn from people who actually started this before me, and I can make it. And with the part of, that is for the part of someone who wants to become an agent, and we are here. We are here, we work as a team. I was saying earlier that you own your own business, but you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because we work as a team. We always work as a team. We hold your hand. We have a company that has the best training system that you can ever find. They don't charge you for like a platform fee or anything. As long as you're an agent, you access all the training materials, you have all the coaches. We're actually blessed to be able to, if like my team, for example, if I need trainers from the corporate, they'll come free of charge to come and train us. Remember, as agents, we represent the products of those big companies, and they would love to see you actually excel by knowing exactly how those products works before you can represent them. So yes, nobody should feel actually, you don't need to doubt, you don't need to fear, because you don't work alone again. You work with a team that is willing to hold your hand until you become as successful as other people have become. And when it comes to someone who wants to get a policy, this is what I can actually tell them. Think about this. Your life, your belongings, what is important? You have managed to to insure your car. I'm sure no one in this country drives a car that is not insured. Think about that. Think about your children. Think about that beautiful home you bought. It is insured 100% because you're not going to get a mortgage if you don't have an insurance on that car, on that home. But how about your children? You're the source of everything. You're the source of income. They wait for your check to survive. They wait for your check to pay the mortgage, to go to school, to eat. What if you wake up tomorrow and you're critically ill, you're terminally ill, or God forbid you're gone? You're gone and you're gone with your check. Where are you leaving your family? So actually with the product, I don't think there should be any sense of doubting, because the same insurance commission that guides or controls your car insurance or your home insurance is the same commission that actually regulates the life insurance. So why are you not scared about your car insurance? Why are you not scared about your phone insurance or your home insurance? But you're scared about your life insurance. What causes that? This is why we are here every Thursday evening, educating those financial literacy and money matters. This is why we are here, to educate ourselves, to learn together, to educate our families and our communities that you come first. Your life, your family, and your future depends on your decision that you make today. Thank you for that question again, Mr. Collins.
Yeah. You said something, and I think some people forget that although you can have a car with car insurance and never get into an accident, you can never escape death. That's something that we're sure about. So either with getting a life insurance policy, it guarantees that you're eventually going to cash out. Nobody lives forever. And so it's definitely something to think about. And I really thank you for sharing your wisdom and your passion with us today. I've opened the chat up for questions. As soon as they come in, I'll read them up to you. But
they actually open their mics and ask or add. This is a discussion. Again, we learn together as a community, as team members. So it's not just the question. If they want to add something as well, that is welcome. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you. I have a question. There is some people we meet and they like those stuff and the product about life insurance. And many people, we tell them about it and who are very interested. Sometimes they tell us we can't get people, we can't talk to them about life insurance and agree. According to the community, we don't have many people, we don't know people. Which strategy can those people use so that they can sell that product or they can work for life insurance?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jenny, for that wonderful question. Yes, again, the doubt, people being scared. This is what I would tell them. Before you can change someone's life, before you can educate someone, you have to be fully educated yourself. because you cannot sell a dream that you don't understand. You cannot sell a dream that you don't believe in. This is what I believe. For myself, when I started actually into this industry, the first products I took was for my whole family. The 4 products for my family came from, those were my first products. And something else, again, as I was saying, the company we work for, Freedom Equity Group, offers the best training you can ever have. The reason maybe some people, they tell them, what do you tell them? Are you aware? Are you well trained? Do you actually know those products very well that when you're educating a family, they feel like this is what they want? Because there is you telling me or someone telling me, but you're not showing me well, whether if, for example, I have a group life from my job, right? And you're telling me to have this index universal life or even the term you have. Are you showing me exactly the difference? Because, my dear, we have so many professionals, highly educated people who are sitting on group life thinking that they are covered. I'll break the news to them that literally you have a policy for the company, it's not your own. So the moment we actually able to understand fully those products and be able to educate our communities, they're going to understand. What I can actually advise, the strategy, first of all, you as a professional, you as an agent, don't focus on the commission. Don't focus on closing a sale. Focus on educating yourself first. Be aware. So be aware so that you don't give products that you don't understand. Because you have to remember this. It's not only important for you to close a deal. It's important actually for the client who took that product to understand how that product is going to save their future, their family. What happens when I get sick? Where do I go? Are you aware? Do you know how to approach a client based on their financial need? Do you know how to do a needs analysis? You show a client their need and what they need, they can be able to afford. Those are what we need. We have so many agents out there who's scrambling to sell, but they don't understand the product. That is why we are here every single Thursday evening to train people, bring a scenario of what happened, and then we'll go through we'll go through it with you and guide you through how actually you'll be able to help yourself and help a client. And both of you strike a balance. The client is happy, they're protected, they are sure of what they took, and you also get paid because you did a good job educating your client. That is what I can tell you. Training, training, training. That breaks all the barriers. Thank you, Jen.
And
Thank you,
Ms.
Emma.
Sinje, are you aware of any scripts that are provided by the company to bring up such topics, maybe like an easy to remember phrase that you can, use handy, so you don't have to think too much about it. Scripts to bring up the topic and discussion.
That is the beauty of Freedom Equity Group, Mr. Collins. We don't actually cram anything. For us, we have a strategy, the business strategy, the training strategy. You train to understand. We're not those kind of agents who go actually cramming a script. The same script I tell you is the same script. No, we are trained to be armed, to understand. That is why with Freedom Equity Group, actually you as an agent, you write your own policy. You write your family's policy and get paid on it. You know why? Because they need you to understand why you're taking this policy for your family. They are willing to pay you because you're an agent of yourself. You're actually your own client, because you're giving it to yourself. You take the time to understand. We don't have to read no scripts. We have client presentations fully there for you. So every training that is done on a daily basis with Freedom Equity Group, it is recorded there for all the agents to use, but to understand, not to cram. Because you cram, you're going to lose it, and then you mess up a client. You have to understand your product from the real root of the good, the importance of it, how it's going to help you today, tomorrow, and in the future. So yes, all the scripts, all the trainings, everything is there. for all the agents who are willing and ready to learn. Again, I say that this industry is the best, but it's not best for everyone. There are lazy people who can't learn, the same people who go to the jobs, they can't do their jobs and they are fired. This job itself is going to fire you. Do you know how it fires you? You're not going to get a client. You're not going to be able to close a sale because you're not educated. So again, invest in yourself, invest in learning, invest in materials that you're given, because you have a company that actually the best in the market with the training, with the best products out there. So yes, we have what it takes to excel if you're willing to put the time and learn and actually improve yourself and be able to support your clients. Thank you.
Excellent. Somebody in the chat thanks you, Ms. Immaculate, for the informative talk. And question is, for someone looking to start this as a side hustle, people can see this as a way to kind of get extra income on the side, but maybe they're balancing another full-time job. So for you, from what I understand, you quit your 15-year corporate job and went into this full-time. But have you had agents, or have you had, do you know what advice you can give for somebody for managing both their full-time job and also doing this on the side and still showing up powerfully until they're ready to go all in?
Yes, I'm actually a live example here, because when I started this, actually in this industry, I was not doing it full time. I had my job. I was doing this as a side hustle because, to tell you the truth, I was also scared. I was like, what if I let go of my job and I'm not able to put food on my table? So I did it side by side, but I was trying, because again, we have 24 hours in a day. My job was 8 hours, maybe plus, going to work and coming back, maybe 10. But I have other 14 hours, right? So I was
sleep though.
No, let me tell you something. You need to make money. You need to be successful. Sleep is not actually a good thing. You can sleep because you need it, but that is more than enough. So I used the weekends to work. I used after work. Remember, this is a job whereby it's a people, you talk to people. You actually building relationship with the people. You have your coworkers can become your clients. Remember, your church members can become your clients. Your family, your friends, your school, your classmates you went to school with. If you're still in school, your colleagues,
the stranger at the coffee shop,
the stores you go to. After work, you go to the shop, talk to people. You have to be able to be open if you really believe in that product, and you don't have to do it full time. So I did it like 3 years as a part-time until I was like, hey, I'm making more than I was making in my full-time job when someone is on my neck. What would happen if I did this full time? I think I can actually benefit better when I don't have to be stressing out, maybe with someone kicking me out or telling me you can't miss work. Now I'm here, work from my home office, I don't have to.
So would you say the strategy is to start doing it part-time until it overtakes what you're making in your other job, and then you can switch?
Yes, until you're comfortable enough. We always tell people, making an extra $2,000 a month can actually change your zip code. It can change your car that you drive now, because let me say you have a mortgage, you have the children, or you don't have. So if you're paying your rent and it's $1,500 a month, and you have extra $1,500, you have $1,500 to save. So yes, start doing it part-time until you feel comfortable enough, because again, if you keep doing part-time, you don't have enough time to make more money. But the moment you feel like I'm comfortable, I'm able to make maybe a half or almost, close to what I was making. Imagine if you put extra time, how much will you make? So I tell people, don't wake up and get a license and quit. That is the mistake most people do. You get a license today, you quit your job tomorrow, you don't even know what you're doing. People think that having a license is enough. It is the beginning. It is the foundation. You still have to be trained. So don't quit your job today. Keep what you have because you have to put food on the table. As you learn the industry, trust me, if you get paid twice, 3 times, you're going to think about it. You're going to quit and you're going to love it.
And you have those residuals, like you said. So initially you have zero, but the first client is there forever. The next one, the same thing. So over time, you stack up all these different clients that you've served that will continue to give you residual income over time. So that's also solid ground to stand on before you think about leaving your other job. So anybody else, please, with questions? I don't want to leave anybody with a burning question. But of course, we'll post contact information to reach Immaculate. And yeah, you can always follow up and ask any questions, ask for a illustration with your specific needs. Then we'll be closing in a few minutes.
I believe it's 9:11. We can go ahead and close. Those who came in a little late, again, the whole training is recorded. You can go in and listen from the beginning. That is the beauty of these trainings. We do understand people are busy working. Some people from different time zones, they are just getting out of work now. We do understand that. So that is why we made a choice of recording all the trainings. We do have a YouTube link for those people who want to go back and learn. Again, we get better as we learn. We always share those YouTubes for you to go back and learn from, even from our previous discussions. And possibly.
Yes. Thank you. And again, I want to thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, sharing your purpose, sharing your knowledge with us today. So for those who are on the audience, if this really sparked something in you, whether it's curiosity about IULs or about career as a financial advisor, don't just sit on it, do something about it. Reach out, ask questions, explore what's possible in this kind of industry. So you can connect directly by messaging Immaculate to learn more about the policies and the career of being an agent. And let's take the next step into financial freedom. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. We'll now end the recording, unless you have something to parting words, Mrs. Immaculate, and then we'll end the recording and close the meeting.
Thank you so much, Collins, again, for beautifully putting this together. We thank you once again for everybody who joined us tonight. The takeaways, I would say, just be open-minded. Don't close your mind that this is impossible. I cannot be able to excel in this or the other career, because again, there is training, ample training, enough training for everyone. There is no one who is designed to be an entrepreneur. Again, you're in the business for yourself, but not by yourself. We are here to hold your hand. We are here to show you the way, because we are here because someone else showed us the way as well. And with protecting ourselves, it is actually not a choice. It is what everybody needs to do, because our lives matter more than anything that we own. So take an action today. I think the best time was yesterday, and the next one is today. Take a choice, protect your family, take a choice, work for yourself, because with this recession and everything that is going on in the world, we don't know how our jobs are protected for tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. Look out for the recording again, and then meet you again next Thursday, the same time. Good evening, everyone.